Oh, I love that intro music. Some rock and roll, baby. So how's everybody doing today? I like it. You can do better than that, though. How are you feeling today? There we go. Well, I am excited and honored to be with you here right now. And when Stacy and Kenny invited me on, I was extremely excited. I was like, oh man, I am so excited to be able to educate and empower everyone in this audience. But I also learned, the way I've always been brought up, it's all about giving. I always want to bring value. I want to bring gifts. So what I did is I thought about, what can I give that I know could change someone's life in here? And so what I did is I hit up a good friend of mine, Ray Perez. It's called Celebritize Your Brand. Lori talked about it. This right here is a $2,500 value. Who here would like to attend that event? Who here would like to attend that event? Well, I got one ticket. Who wants it? Who wants it? You got to come up and grab it. There we go. What was your name, sir? Joe Garcia? Watch out for Joe Garcia. He took action. I love that. That's what it's all about, is taking action. And so that's what we're talking about here today. And Joe, make sure, come see me over there. You're going to love that thing. You're going to love it. So, let's get started. We're going to be talking about maximizing personal and business credit for ultimate buying power. Okay? So what we're going to be going over is how you can grow your business with more capital. But then on top of that, it's going to help you get more transactions, build more revenue with bigger potential. The 7 keys, that's what we're going to go over here today. I'm so excited. I would definitely recommend to get the pen and paper out, because we're going to hit it hard. You guys ready? All right. So, number one, I'm going to go over a little overview of what we're about to go over. Number one, we're going to talk about business credit, or personal credit. Personal credit. Number two, business credit and top-tier financing. These are the 7 keys we're about to go over. Number three, growth with more capital. Number four, turn non-buyers into qualified prospects. Number 5, strategic marketing equals the unfair advantage. Number 6, buying power equals more transactions with higher dollar amounts. And number 7, realtor certification and ongoing training. So let's get started. Now, personal credit. The way we're going to go over this is I'm going to teach you everything that's going to be applicable to you and your business, and also your prospects, okay? So number one here, we've got personal credit. We're going to go over what's called current credit status. It's extremely important to understand your starting point with your credit, whether for yourself, for growing your business, or for your prospects. They need to have a better understanding of their credit profile. Well, the best way to do this is through online credit monitoring. So you're going to want to write this down. Write down smartcreditvip.com. That is what we use professionally every day for thousands of clients. And what this does is it gives you awareness. It gives you an opportunity to pull your tri-merge personal credit, see your credit report. There's no inquiry. It doesn't negatively impact your score at all, but it's going to give you all the data. You need that awareness to understand what's in your credit report, because that's what dictates the score. Now, the score that we're going to talk about is FICO. So we're going to have fun with this. This is not some traditional education of like, what makes up FICO credit scores? It's not about that. I'm going to teach you how to create ultimate buying power and understand the tools. FICO is a tool. So what is FICO? FICO is the score that 95% of all lenders use when making a lending decision. Okay, so mortgage, obviously that's a big one here for your clients, but also for yourself when it comes to business financing. They're going to be pulling FICO scores. You want to make sure you position your credit profile in the best light to have the best FICO credit scores to get access to more capital. Okay? Now, I brought it up already, your credit profile. What is your credit profile versus a score? This is important to understand because a lot of times people focus on the score itself, okay? And that's not a bad thing, but you're missing a lot of information there. That's why I brought up smartcreditvip.com, because you need to understand how to read and evaluate a credit report itself so you can understand what goes into your credit profile. The data. The data ultimately dictates the credit score. And it's important to understand this too. When we talked about FICO earlier, FICO has multiple different scoring algorithms. How many of you knew that? We got a few people here, that's awesome. So FICO's got mortgage, they have credit card, they have auto, they have different scoring algorithms based on what it is that you're actually applying for. So the data within your credit profile will dictate what that score is specific to what you're applying for once again. So it's really important. So the better you understand how to look at your credit report itself, your credit profile, how to strengthen that, then your score is going to follow. Also, the power of debt management. Now, I get really excited about this stuff because I do it every single day. And a lot of times when people hear debt, they're like, that's whatever, especially entrepreneurs. I know this because I was this way. When you're an entrepreneur and you've got debt out there, what's the solution? What do you think? Well, I'm going to go make some more money. Right? That's exactly what goes on in our mind. Well, I'm just going to make some more money. I'll pay off that debt. Well, here's the thing. Yes, go and do that. That's great. But if you can understand how to manage debt to create opportunity, that's even better. Because then you can position yourself and spend with a plan that's going to empower you to get out there and do what you do best. Rick talked about it. I love Rick's presentation. I mean, that hit me to the core. I was like, whew, oh my goodness, I need to like hang out with him. So, but he talked about it, having that confidence, right? Getting out there and getting after it. Well, we all know when you're having debt issues, what does that bring on? Stress and anxiety. You're going to be bouncing up, hitting your head out there, for sure. So understand debt, make it your friend, right? The better you understand debt management, the more power you're going to have. And then how to build better credit. So what I mean by that is, what makes up the credit score? How do we establish accounts that are stronger? So it really, once again, depends on your starting point, but a few things that work really well that I know everyone in here can do. One thing to build better credit is, we talk about debt management, one of the things is credit cards. Credit cards are often used as a tool for spending, it could be for business reasons, but a lot of times people don't understand how to use them as a tool to maximize score. And so you're definitely going to want to write this down, because here is the secret ratio, the secret number to truly maximize FICO credit scores. What you would want is to have a reporting balance that falls within 1 to 3% of the credit limit when it's reported, and ultimately how it shows up in your credit report. So what I mean by that is when it comes to your credit cards, your statements, right, that you get in the mail or online, there's a statement closing date on there. That statement closing date is when it was reported to the bureaus, not the payments themselves. That's the reason why if you get your first ding on your score, it's 30 days, because you've fallen 30 days behind when they generate another statement. Hey, this person's delinquent, they're late, 30 days late, it's the first ding. So it's important to know that, because if you can, if you're looking to leverage debt, for opportunity, but you also know you have something coming down the line, like, hey, I want to apply for a loan, a line of credit for my market, for my business, so I can market more. Or hey, clients, hey, I want to maximize my score so I get better lending. So when I'm out there, I'm getting the best rates, better mortgage product, and I can compete in this market. Well, if you manage it where you have that lower ratio, you're putting yourself in the best position. So it's all about making sure you do it either before that statement closing date. So if you're a business owner, that's important. I'd say a few days prior to that date, pay it down to 1 to 3%. Or what we teach our clients for better financial habits is right out the gates, start managing it that way. Only charge 1 to 3% of that limit in those months, so it's easier to manage. And another key thing here that's really powerful is when you have that lower ratio reporting, not only are you maximizing your score improvement potential, You have a lower monthly obligation reporting, which maximizes debt to income ratio. You get more buying power. It is huge. You accomplish both at the same time. So that helps build credit, build scores, more lending, more opportunity. You can also, by doing that, establish and get better accounts, larger limits, cashback rewards, things like that, right? You can really start using debt to empower you and your business. And credit repair. I'll touch on this. It's more specific, I'd say, to a lot of our clients here. A lot of people naturally have gone through hard times. That's one thing that we've noticed with thousands of people that we've helped. When they have some dings in their past, it ultimately came from an event in their life. That's what it was. Medical, there was stress, job loss, economy, and a lot of times at that moment, they fell behind. So if you go back and look at your credit report or your credit profile, you can see that. You know, when I'm evaluating reports for clients, I can see that. When they're telling me their story, you can see it right on the report. You can see that timeline. So what's nice about credit repair, it's an opportunity within everyone's legal rights to challenge information in a way that's difficult to verify, and at any point, the creditor is unable to verify what's being challenged, the credit bureaus will remove it off the report. And the reason being is they can no longer sell that information. Because the credit bureaus are for-profit businesses. They make money on our data, just like Amazon. Right? Who here knows Amazon? Everyone? They make their money on data. Same thing with bureaus. They've been in the data game for a long time. So that's how repair works. It's going through and challenging information in a way that's difficult. It's never been verified. They take it in, house it, turn it, sell it. That's what they do. And it's your right responsibility to challenge that. So it's a great way to kind of alleviate that weight from our past. And then when we do those steps through proper debt management, credit building, we're maximizing score. We're improving our credit profile. Super, super powerful stuff. So we got Stephen here, said great communication, step-by-step guidance. Now, let's get into business credit, top-tier financing. This is huge, okay? So number one, Dun & Bradstreet, TransUnion and Equifax Business. I would say you want to get very familiar with these three, for sure, Dun & Bradstreet. These are going to be your credit bureaus in business, okay? This is who's housing the data and selling it. The importance of foundation. So what I mean by that is, we talked about it actually. In fact, it was Alex. It rang true to me. I was like, oh my goodness, it's talking about foundation for the online marketing and your presence. It's the same thing for your business here. You have to have a proper foundation. How am I filed? What was the business address that I filed under? Is it accurate to where I'm at now? We have to cross our T's, dot our I's, essentially. And that's very important because in the world of business credit, it's still growing. And so like on a personal side, all our information is constantly being reported to the personal credit bureaus. And they're sophisticated how they take that data in and house it and sell it. Business credit is almost there, but it's behind a little bit. So what I mean by that is, let's say you filed your business back in 5-6 years ago. And at the time, the business address that you used for filing was a home address or an old office. But then you went out, you had a new brick and mortar location, whatever it is, you're using that for your applications, all sorts of things. Well, it's not uncommon that Dun & Bradstreet might have 2 profiles for the same business. And you could be missing information. So what we got to do there is we got to combine it. We got to see what's out there, combine it properly, so now we're maximizing our potential there for any sort of reporting to the business credit bureaus. Now, business lending checklist. This is important. So we know in the world of mortgage, there's underwriting. And a lot of that's automated usually. There's automated underwriting, right? And so it's just like that in business. The vast majority of all business financing is underwriting, is through automated underwriting, I should say. And so what happens is if you miss anything on the checklist, you're denied. 411, I'd say, is one of the top things on there. How many of you are here in the 411 directory? We got a few people? That's good. You need that. It's a little old school for me. I'm thinking about 411 directory. What's that? But you need that. So what happens if you're not on there and you apply, you don't show up, denied. So these are the things that are really important that you guys want to make sure that you're in tune with to understand like how to position yourself so you can buy with confidence, right? You can apply with confidence. That's what it's all about. Trade lines versus financing. So what I mean by that is to build business credit, you're going to want to have established trade lines. Vendor lines of credit could be quill.com, could be something applicable to your business. If you're in real estate but also do real estate investment, there's a lot like Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, certain things like that. Help build trade lines that report to Dun & Bradstreet to really build upon your business credit for financing opportunities. And then financing is just that. Financing, you have loans, lines of credit, things like that. The things ultimately that most people want, business owners. Inquiries are very important too. You want to limit the amount of inquiries you have on a personal level because they're weighted heavily for any application for a business loan until you have sufficient business credit established, so that way you can be approved just specifically to that. Got passionate, the best choice I think I've ever made in my life. Now, growth with more capital. We talked a lot about this in the previous, I was touching on some important things, but we want to learn how to leverage our personal and business credit. So meaning, we talked about like the 1 to 3%, how to play the game, power of debt management to maximize our credit scores, put ourselves in a better position for financing. On a client side, teaching them how to do that so that way they can go out there and buy with confidence and compete in this market. But then on a business credit side, having a better personal credit profile is going to help you maximize that for business credit because they will pull off your personal once again when you first get started. Now, interest rates are at all-time low. We know that in mortgage. It's the same thing in auto, it's in business. There's a lot of opportunity out there. Every 20 points in your middle score, extremely important, especially on mortgage. Every 20 points in your middle score improves financing terms, okay? It's the same thing in higher tier business. The higher you hit those 20-point brackets, it really puts you in a better position to get better financing. You're gonna get ease of access as you're building your business credit, and the more you have, the more you get secrets, okay? Meaning, the more things you have reporting, trade lines, financing, all that specific to your business entity, the easier it is to get more and the amounts go up, okay? Awesome. Now, we're gonna get into the prospect stuff. This is what I'm loving so much about being here at Exit, because what we're about to go over is gonna really teach you how to empower people to be able to get more, okay? So I'm gonna teach you how to turn non-buyers into qualified prospects. Number one, think about this. How many people do you feel on average do not have qualifying credit or are hesitant to apply because they feel like, I'd really like to improve my financial position more. I don't have a certain amount down. I don't know if my credit's there, right? There's a significant amount of people out there that are on the fence because they have those type of thoughts. So what we want to do is this. We want to improve buyer confidence through education and opportunity, okay? What we're talking about here today is about empowering people. The more we can educate them on the opportunity, how to improve your financial position, how to get a better credit score, how to be able to apply confidence, once again, competing in this market. How many of you had this last year, hot market, right? Multiple offer situations. What happened there? We know cash is king, so offers on a home, we look at the cash, right? But outside of that, what went to the top of the list? Conventional financing, right? FHA, certain things like that, it was a little bit harder to compete in this market. So what we want to do is show people how to qualify for better, stronger financing so that way they go to the top of the list. Because we know next year is going to be a booming year. I mean, we're positioned already to see this happening. Low inventory, high demand. So let's educate people on how they can compete in this market, okay? Also, content that interests your prospects. People are interested right now. How do I improve my credit? How do I do better with my finances? I want to buy a home. It's about the lifestyle that we were talking about earlier, right? It's about the lifestyle. They want to understand how to do these things too. They want to be a part of it. Then also, we need to have a nurture plan that equals spending more time with qualified prospects. That's extremely important. So by leveraging this type of content education, it's going to allow you to spend more time with qualified buyers, prospects, people that are informed, they're there, they're ready to rock. Now, strategic marketing equals the unfair advantage. So we know we got Zillow out there, Realtor.com, we have all this different advertising. How do we position ourselves to beat that out? Meaning, how do we do more with that? We all know that you're spending a lot on advertising, right? Zillow's a partner here. So it's like, okay, I have money going out here to Zillow to get leads, I got Google going, I got all this stuff going. But how do I beat that out? Meaning, how do I do more with this? So an answer is co-branded marketing, nurture lists, virtual events, education-driven, empowerment-driven. How do we get this information out to people, to your lists, to show them, hey, here's how you can improve your credit. You want to buy a home? Here's some things to think about. Hey, did you know that your credit score plays a big role in mortgage insurance? That's a big one. That's a huge one, actually. I mean, one thing I always tell people that I'm talking to, and we talk to a lot of people, 1,000 people, 95% of them want to buy a home. 95% of everyone that reaches out to us, they want to buy a home. And one thing I talk to them about is going, hey, if we got a little bit of time here, we can really work on improving your credit, your financial position. Check this out. Right now, based on the national average of home sales and the price point, if you had a 620 score versus 680, you save on mortgage insurance alone roughly $280 a month. That's huge. Now, think about this. We talked about earlier, debt to income ratio. So if they're improving their score, right, they're getting better financing terms, better mortgage opportunities, their debt to income ratio is lower, so they have more buying power, and we can help save them money on mortgage insurance if they don't have 20% down. You add that up, right now I think based on the interest rates, roughly $35 in savings equals about 10 grand in buying power. That's huge. I mean, you're looking at just helping someone in a matter of a few months maybe be able to go from qualifying for 250 to like 320,000. Just do those tweaks alone. It's huge. And the client saves money, better terms. So that's what I'm talking about. Buying power equals more transactions and higher dollar amounts. So through education, we're going to increase our prospects' buying power. We're going to help them by having a better or stronger credit profile, score, and financial position. They can do what I call power offers. They can get out there and compete in this market. They're informed, they're ready to rock, they have down payment ready, they have the better score, they have the better financing. They are ready, they are excited, and you can do what you do best. You're out there helping them find the location, what they're looking for, that lifestyle, you're empowering them. It's absolutely amazing. Now, one cool thing that I read when I was looking at all these different numbers is in 2000, or this year so far, the average new home price reached $408,800 for new homes. So that showed me, it's like, holy smokes. Not only has the value of properties gone up a ton, they're really shooting up in new homes, which we know over time that continues to increase the comparables and appraised value. I mean, home prices just continue to go up and up. So we want to make sure that, once again, it's a good thing. Let's make sure that we're constantly there for our prospects, because I know there's been people on the sideline waiting, because they're like, I can't afford that. I can't compete in that market. This market's too hot. I'm not ready for that. I don't have a down payment. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait this out. But the thing is, with how low interest rates are, this is a phenomenal time to buy. If you compare what the interest rates are, the monthly versus, even with the higher amount, we're putting them in the best position. If you look back at what interest rates were, that significantly lowers their overall buying power. So the more we can educate them to show them this, they go, oh my goodness, they're right. I need to get out there. I need to get back out there. How do I do it? That's what I'm talking about with our programs here. The type of information that we can be doing together for your clients and your list is just phenomenal. And key 7 is realtor certification, ongoing trading. So a lot of what we do at Credit Life, we work with Exit Realty. This is just, I can't say it enough. I love this organization. Stacy, Kenny, everyone, Lori. Yep, let's give it up to them. Seriously, let's give it up to them. This is event alone. I'm jacked up right now. It's amazing, And so what we want to do there, what we've created specific for Exit Realty, is a lot of training just to empower, not overwhelm you, but educate and empower you, right? So we got course certifications surrounding credit and financial wellness, ongoing monthly live workshops and replays available to you, unlimited submissions and review, meaning that if you guys have some clients that you want us to assist, maybe they're wanting to learn more about how to maximize their score, maybe they're not in approval position now due to credit, and they want to improve it to be approved, whatever it is, there's a lot of different things. We can help people restructure their student loans, we can help them look at their debt load and how to reduce their debt based on their budget to get in a better position for financing. We can do all this, we do it every single day. And so we can review those submissions, and see what's a good choice for the client based on their timeline. And on top of that, we do a lot of additional training on marketing, mindset, sales, automation. We brought up CRMs earlier. Who here operates out of a CRM? Yeah, there we go. I love the excitement of CRM. Well, I love CRMs. I'm a little bit of a geek, I'm a gamer, so I've always naturally liked all this techie stuff. But what's nice about CRMs is you can do a lot of automation with that. It helps you be more effective, right? And so what I'm talking about before I'm partnering, there's a lot that we can do through the power of CRMs where we can help create some co-branded efforts together, educate your list, educate your people, right? Then, based on their interaction through the CRMs, we can gauge what's their level of interest. Did they attend? Did they not attend? What are they interested in? We can do data gathering. And what's nice on our side is we can get that back to you. Say, hey, we got Stacy over here. She's got, she wants to move into this location. She's got about 6 months. Right now, we're going to work on improving credit score. She wants to get together a down payment. Imagine having that type of information up front. It's just phenomenal because the vast majority of people, I'll ask everyone here, when you're doing lead gen, right, you're getting in front of your clients, whether it be buyers or sellers. I'm sure you have a lead list, right? Who here has a lead list? Okay. How many of you are actively nurturing that lead list effectively? Good. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to know how to stay in front of your list, right? You have to. And the thing is, we see how it is on marketing right now. You got to market, of course, but you see a lot of real estate information, a lot of people posting like real estate tips, and that's all good stuff. Put your specific industry into it. But once again, bring them content that they're starving for, right? We talked about that lifestyle piece. I just love that so much. In fact, Jeremy, who's the head of our sales division, he's here with me. He talks to clients all the time like, hey, we're here to help you so that way your kids have a backyard plan that's yours. All the time in our questions we're asking them, what are your challenges? What do you face? What do you want? What are your goals? And that's what it is. Once again, it's that lifestyle. So if we can effectively market and stay in front of them and show them the opportunities together, you're ultimately going to get more transactions. Your buyers are in a much better position. The dollar figures go up. It is a win, win, win. And that's what I love about it. It's nothing but positive in what we do here. And so I absolutely love all that and being able to really help people. It ultimately comes down to helping them understand through the proper tools and education that they can do more for themselves. That's really what it is. Because naturally as human beings, when things don't go our way, we kind of put our head in the sand or go, I guess I'll keep renting. I've been renting. We've helped clients all the time that have, there being garnishment, wage garnishment, and I hear this all the time. Yeah, it's happened, it's hard, it's created a hardship on us, but at least it's getting paid. Well, it's like, oh my goodness. One, you're completely overpaying, they're doing all these certain fees, but more importantly, it's like, it's that human nature involved. We're like, it's happening, this is being I'll just let it go. No, let's turn that around and show them that there is a better way. That's what it's all about. And that's what I love so much about Exit being part of this, is that's what you guys are talking about here. Showing people a better way to get what they want and what they deserve. And a big part of that is going to be based on their credit and their financial position. It just is. And so if we can empower them to do better there, we're going to help a lot more people. Your business is going to explode. And I'm telling you right now, it's a missing link. I don't see a lot of people out here doing it like we're doing it. I really don't. And if we can continue to partner together and bring that up more so, it's nothing but good. So thank you guys so much. I got one last thing I want to do real quick. So be patient with me. I'm so excited. You know, I was thinking about this. I was like, when Annette was on and doing that hashtag and like doing photos and selfies, I was like, oh my goodness, we need to do the Exit Southeast Power Selfie. So let's do this. I'm gonna go on stage. Everyone bring it up. Let's do this. Let's have fun with it. All right, here we go. We're gonna go Exit Southeast Power. I love it. Thank you so much. We're over here. If you guys want to talk to us, I'd love to talk to you more in the booth over there. Have a great one. We're here all week, and just thank you once again for your time. I really appreciate it.
You knocked it out of the park. You know what turns me on? When somebody talks about a CRM, okay? And when someone's like, CRM, does that mean can't remember much? No. I say, bless your heart.